Look at that. It is the Side Quest, your weekly journey into the beautiful, wonderful, fantastical world of video games. I am one of your delicious hosts. I was trying to say delicious and I messed it up. I'm one of your hosts, Dali. Joining me right over there, JJ.
Cooked to a crisp.
Dude, how's it going?
It's going, man. I'm
It's going?
tired. I'm tired. I'm
Tired.
glad.
We're gonna talk about the trip in a
Yeah.
second here. It is cool. You went to Super Nintendo World. He's gonna
Yeah.
give us the dish on all
On
that.
the deets.
We're gonna talk about the big thing that's arriving in stores on Friday. We're all excited for. I'm checking really. We're gonna make this a nice, hot, quicker show. So I'm scrolling through any news. There really isn't a lot of news available right now. I will just say big props to the person that posted a reply on one of our videos that basically said, of course, Zach has to ruin this video by eating. And it was one of our previews for, I think it was the Aliens one or whatever. It's like, yeah, who cares? This is called the internet. This is how we do our conversational reviews.
Yeah, we're not in soundproof rooms looking
Right.
for. This isn't a studio.
No way. But yeah, my dude. There isn't actually. I'm very glad companies essentially held off their news this week because nobody's focus would have been on anything else.
Yeah. I think the only thing that's really worth talking about is that Silk Song has been delayed.
Yeah, like we'll mention that. Yeah, so Silk Song, surprise, Silk Song has been delayed. Who would have thought that? Right?
The game that the last time we saw it was during a sizzle reel for Games Pass.
Yes. It's funny because one of the things that we keep talking about on SideQuesting is, especially in the Discord, but where will Silk Song debut when it debuts? And we went from, it was a Nintendo Direct thing for a long time, and then we switched over to Team Xbox and saying it's going to be E3, baby, or whatever E3 is. You're gonna Silk Song day and date. Bam, there it is. You get on Silks, you get it on Game Pass right away. That ain't happening. We ain't gonna see the game there. Maybe ever. I don't know. But yeah, it's fun times. But yeah, so I'm going to start us off though.
Okay.
With a review that you've been doing. I'm pulling up the video, so I'm stalling so I can get this video up and running. You were able to get a review code. Let me preface this. You absolutely love FMV games.
Oh,
they're so good.
They're so good.
They're so good.
Yeah.
And you we were able to get a review code for.
Yeah.
Oops, let me make sure I stop this. We were able to get a review code for a game that seemed kind of interesting. I'm gonna play this. 1 second.
In order to be a good FMV game, you have to be as campy as possible.
Yes.
And so let me preface everything with this is that this is absolutely one of the campiest FMV games I've played in modern times.
Awesome. And ladies and gentlemen, that FMV game. Wow, I am
listen.
Hey, guess what, everybody? JJ has been reviewing a game and he has done his review. That game, Mia and the Dragon Princess. Check it out. Take it away, JJ. Tell us about campy FMV games.
This game's really cool. First of all, the main villain of the game is Doctor Who.
Spoiler alert, you find it out like right away.
Yeah, no, he's presented as an evil there he is. Mm-hmm. So it starts off with sort of the backstory of a team of pirates, that have to eventually. It's like Indonesian pirates too. It's not like a name like Mia and the Dragon Princess. You kind of expect it to be maybe a feudal Japan thing, but no.
Sure.
It's a Indonesian pirate
Cool.
game set
Cool.
in Europe. Uh British in this. Um and so you kind of get the backstory behind
Doesn't
the
look mysterious at all, does he?
yeah. Yeah, you kind of get the backstory behind them early on, and then when the game itself kicks in, you are you could see the Indonesian woman running around in the hospital dress.
Mhm.
Like, it's just one of those things where you just kind of have to accept that she is the pirate mentioned early on, and in the opening cutscene, and she is misplaced out of time, and she is trying to the indicator on her bracelet is leading her to either her partner, um a red-haired pirate,
Mhm.
or what she left behind treasure wise. Oh jeez.
Oh, ow, that was
uh
awesome.
it's beautifully choreographed.
Cool.
My first playthrough of the game, I think I kind of broke it. I don't know what
Oh,
happened.
nice.
But I'll get to it in a minute. But so it's a very simple FMV experience. You are watching it. It's very short. Um, some of these cutscenes, especially the out of time cutscenes, because they don't want to go back and build sets
Sure.
for a pirate ship, so they just animate them, and it's a great aesthetic. Um, it really is just like you get to a scene and you make a choice. I didn't put too much thought into my choices. I just put the one that I like immediately I was drawn to,
Sure.
just
Whatever
to see.
sounded cooler at the moment.
Yeah, just to see what happened. And I don't want to, because it's so short and you kind of get in the spoilers right away. I don't really want to get too much into the plot.
Yeah, that's fine.
You just know that she is looking for something, and Mia is
Is
the
that girl on the
striped
left?
shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're in a bar that has something to do with the mystery going on, and he is trying to buy the bar because the secret
Okay.
is there. And he's like a major player in town. He owns like the upstairs area, and he's trying to get down there. Um,
Mhm.
so yeah, you have these quick choices that you have to make, and you play through it.
How long does
Oh,
you like, how long are these choices that they give you? Before I'm assuming it defaults
there's
to one if you
there's
don't pick, right?
yes,
Okay.
and you kind of get two things. There's two options actually in the game. You can just do it like that, where you just get like a couple of seconds, but they also have a streamer mode which turns off the timing, so it gives you
Oh,
time
wow.
to have like your audience choose what you should do.
That's
Like you
cool.
would throw up a
That's cool.
poll or something, and if you're Twitch streaming it or something. So it's fascinating. The first time I played the game, I got to this point and I made a decision, and it did like this awkward jump, like where all of a sudden we're escaping through some tunnels, and I'm like,
Mhm.
I have no idea what happened. I have no idea where this came from.
Ooh.
Because it clearly I was missing a couple of scenes, and then like the ending was just a couple of choices after that, and it was quite the ending. I was
Oh,
blown
really?
away by
Nice.
how my first playthrough's ending ended. It was um two things. It was both spectacular and utterly unsatisfying.
That's
As
awesome.
I call
That's
it. It
what I
was so
want. That's
yeah.
exactly what I want.
And when you're done, and when you go to the main menu after you beat the game, it takes you to a place, and you can actually have like a timeline that shows you like where your choices led you, and you can actually see in the middle where there's like the branch breaks, and then it goes on to the next scene. So clearly
Okay.
the choices I made sort of didn't know where to put me, so it just
Mhm.
sort of picked something, I think. I don't know.
Hmm.
But subsequent playthroughs, when you kind of understand the what you should do a little better, and stuff, you get a more well-rounded story, with a more reasonable ending,
Mhm.
in subsequent. But it, it replayable. It's very short
That's
too,
cool.
which
Like,
helps.
how about how long were you thinking or
I
that it
mean,
was?
my first playthrough was an hour at best.
Okay. Oh,
Like,
that's perfect. This is the kind
um,
of thing that I would
yeah,
love to, if it seems like the kind of thing, FMV games that I'd love to
yeah,
just sit and watch or get the
yeah,
family together. It's like, hey, let's all watch
and,
this
yeah.
movie take place, you know?
Yeah,
Okay.
and the interacting part is just very quick and small.
Gotcha.
So, like,
Gotcha.
this really is just a fun little campy adventure
Hmm.
story that you can
Nice.
just like sit back and interact with and watch, and it looks cool. It's got some cool because the dragon princess
Uh-huh.
is she's a stunt worker in
Okay.
Hollywood. So she's not a traditional actress. She does a lot of stunt work for a lot of other movies and stuff. So um that's why she was the perfect choice to play this.
Sure.
She only knows, she either doesn't talk or only speaks Javanese. So it's great. It's very
Awesome.
short. It's a great little campy. It feels like how it looks. You know, like you see these little quick things. The whole thing feels like this. It feels like an episode of a TV show.
That's
Um,
what I freaking love because there are
yeah,
some FMV games, there are FMV experiences that I've played that
yeah,
just feel like they take hours and they
yeah,
revel too much in the UI aspect
yeah.
of it instead of just enjoying
That's
it for what it is.
when you
Okay,
go
cool.
back to like the 90s and it was all about like, you know, Night Trap is like
Yep.
the
Oh
primo
god.
experience where it's sort of more like it more reveled in the sort of like almost too much into the
It
camp
was too much,
on
yeah.
top of being like proto Five Nights at Freddy's where you're just
Yeah.
kind of zipping through as many cameras as you can to peer in on stuff. It's not fun to play.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Um so, but this is like this isn't a game. I mean, this
Yeah.
is just an interactive movie.
I love it.
And it's also really inexpensive, which I don't usually talk about the
Hmm.
price for something, but I think it's an asset to this game is that it's a short little series and I think you could pick it up for like 15 bucks or something. Like
It's on sale
yeah,
right now
yeah.
for 11.69.
Yeah. It's
Normally
apps.
13 bucks. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Oh shit. I might just pick it up.
Yeah.
I'm a huge Paul McGann fan, so
Yeah, and from that, and he's he is extremely campy in it. Like he is, I wouldn't say chewing the scenery because he's really not, but he's just
sure.
really he's not being subtle in his villainy in the
He knows
slightest.
exactly what
And he's
Awesome.
just like cartoonishly
Love it.
evil.
Love it.
It's great. Yeah, so
Sweet.
absolutely recommend. Only if you enjoy FM. I don't think if you've never liked an FMV game, you're going to get nothing from this. I think.
Mhm.
Uh, Maybe if you like you know campy action or something, like you might get something out of it because the game part of it's kind of again minimal.
Mhm. Mhm.
So yeah, I do recommend it to anyone who just wants to have this kind of
Excellent.
experience. Yeah,
I think I'm gonna pick it up.
I would
Cool.
recommend it. Yeah,
Well, uh,
that's my review.
that was your review. I'm glad we didn't get a chance to do it because you were out last week, obviously,
Yeah.
after the game
Well,
weeks way out and stuff.
your last episode, I wouldn't have been able to talk about it
Yeah,
anyways because the embargo was up the next day.
embargo, exactly. But you were also packing last episode
Yeah.
because you went somewhere and you made me extremely jealous.
Yeah, I took
Tell
my
me about it. Tell us about it,
tell
the
us.
faithful
Yeah,
listeners.
the faithful listener. Um so yeah, anyone that knows me, spent any time around me knows that Disneyland.
Unfortunately, no, just kidding.
Yeah. Disneyland is my home away from home.
Love it.
I think I was doing the math the other day and I was trying to figure out, me and my family started going in the late 90s, 97, 98, and I've gone probably once a year every year since then.
Mhm.
Um Sometimes twice a year, sometimes no a year, but the twice a year sort of makes up for it. So, you know, we're talking like, you know, 30 trips for somebody that lives in like, you know, 2 states away. That's pretty good.
Mhm.
I haven't been able to go since just before the pandemic. So this is my
Okay.
first trip back to Disneyland. And I'm figure you're in for a penny, you're in for a pound. So
Ooh, yeah.
why not go to Universal Studios? Because I haven't been to Universal in well over a decade at this point. Used to go
Wow.
a lot, but I haven't. I
Boy,
think I
have you
went.
missed out.
Yeah, I mean, I went to Universal Florida when I did my
Sure.
Disney World trip, but that's a different experience altogether. The two theme parks are completely different beasts. And really really the deciding factor of why I went to Universal, if Super Nintendo World wasn't there, I probably wouldn't have gone.
Okay.
I like Universal, but it's also very small and very boring, and it's like an hour drive away from where I'm at, so that's a very expensive Uber. uh, but I'm like, you know what, this is gonna be like, this is the time. If I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it now. It's not like anything's gonna more is gonna come to this anytime soon. So let's go.
Mhm.
Uh, And I did. And so, yeah, on Monday, I went to Universal Hollywood and experienced Super Nintendo World.
Oh, nice.
It was, it's an experience, to say the least. I was disappointed. There was one thing I didn't get to do, and I didn't get to go to the restaurant that's there
Okay.
because it was booked out for the day.
Oh, you have to book it in advance?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, good to know, good to know.
In the Discord, I did post a video of me walking through the warp pipe
Yeah.
into the castle. It's
I'll
very
I'll get that
cool.
in a minute here, yeah.
And oh, it's so good. So it starts off with you entering the land through a warp pipe.
Mhm.
And when you get to the end of the warp pipe, it gives the warp pipe sound, and it dumps you off right in the middle of
Yeah.
the foyer of Princess Peach's castle, like straight out of Super Mario 64. Like you look up and it's got the skylight that takes you to the red cap switch. And to the left and right are the paintings that you jump through in Super Mario 64. Uh, and they interact kind of. They're kind of wobbly and they change and stuff. It's
Mhm.
really neat. It's like it's really a lot to take in because like Super Mario 64 is Super Mario 64. It's like part of my being at a point. It's just
Sure.
like it's a defining game. And the second you exit the castle, you're just presented with the Mushroom Kingdom. Videos don't do it justice, just
Mm.
how
I'm
immersive.
trying to find your video, by the way. I don't which
It
thing did you
was
post
definitely,
it?
I think it was in the game chat, and it would
Okay.
have been, yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
continue, sorry.
but yeah, you really can't prepare you for just how like how everything
Yeah?
looks. Like it feels right. Like you look at it, and it
Hmm.
definitely feels like it's Nintendo. Like there's stuff going on in every direction.
Well, okay.
Like you look around and it's like it's really vertical too. So you like look up and you just see like Bowser's castle looming in the
Here we go.
distance. Oh yeah, here's my video. Um uh yeah, Bowser's castle is looming in the distance, and you got Pokies waddling around, coins spinning everywhere. You are bombarded with the sound of children collecting coins
Oh,
every
really?
second. Because okay, one of the things I bought, because obviously when you go there, I did get the bracelet that you need to get.
Okay.
That's W for
Nice.
Wario. That's
Oh, yeah,
Mario.
which is what you
It's
should
yeah,
get,
yeah.
yes.
It's a slap bracelet too, so it does that whole like curling thing.
Mhm.
And so like there's a lot of interactive elements in there. You walk up to a question mark block and you like get
Mhm.
the bracelet towards it, it makes the coin sound.
Hmm.
There's these little key icons everywhere, and if you go up to it and get the thing on it, it does something like a turtle shell hits a POW block and makes coins go everywhere. And um, there is a game going on actively in
Mm.
the mushroom in the Super Nintendo land at all times. It's very interesting. I mean, that's what the bracelet's for. Um, and so everything that you kind of interact with there is collecting new coins.
Okay.
Um, and so you just and there's a big reader board that's showing like, because you register with the app and everything, and it's showing like who's the top coin earner of the day, the week,
Mhm.
that kind of thing. Um, and there's not a lot to actually like actively do there other than exist in Nintendo. There's a restaurant, like I said, which I didn't get to go to. There's a lot of interactive elements. There's a store, um meet and greet sections with Peach, Mario, and Luigi, and they're
Okay,
really
wow.
good character
Yeah.
costumes, like super good character costumes, like blinking eyes and stuff too. It's like really impressive.
Hmm.
um like even Disney's characters only some of them have like functioning eyelids, which is, so it's kind of fascinating. Um and of course there's the one ride, which I absolutely there was some worry for me going there if I was going to be able to ride the ride, because
Oh,
early on
really?
they were
Huh.
saying like it is a sort of like a 40-inch waist maximum, and I know I'm like I'm not too significantly over 40-inch waist, but
No, but you're
I'm
you're
definitely
huggable is what
I'm
I like to
yeah,
say,
I'm
you're huggable.
definitely over a 40-inch waist. So luckily they have a sample cart to
Mhm.
sit in to like see if it worked, and I had no problem,
Okay.
absolutely zero problem. I could have been way bigger and still have this thing work on me. Um, So that was a relief. I was like, oh, thank God, I
Okay.
can actually ride this thing. Um, so Universal does have this system of you have the standby line. They do have this thing called Lightning. No, do they call it Lightning Lane there? I think that's Disneyland. Whatever. But either way, I don't think they have it on that right now. But they do have a single rider line. So that was great because the wait time, the entire time I was there, was 2 hours to get on this ride. Which I would have done, but just because I needed to see this ride. But I definitely didn't want to wait 2 hours, and I didn't have to because I did the single rider line. Which for anyone who doesn't do theme parks often, a lot of theme parks will do single rider. That way you can just be a seat filler. So like if it's like the carts themselves hold 4 people. So if a family of 3 takes the cart, they'll just fill the seat with a single rider. So that's what the single rider does there. So so if you go with your family through the single rider line, that's the thing. It's like you're going to get split up. You're not going to ride together, but you are going to get on it significantly faster. And I did. It was super fast to get onto the ride. I only waited like minutes as opposed to 2 hours. So that's good. So when you get in there, first thing you do when you're in the line, of course, I don't get to see the queue and all the interactive elements and stuff, but whatever. If I had another person with me, I probably would have done it just to get the full experience, because then you have another person with you. So when you get there, they give you this little visor that looks like that's like a Mario sun visor, but it like ratchets onto your head.
That's what they're showing it there. Okay.
Yeah, it's like a VR headset, but there's no glass. There's no glasses on it. So when you finally get to the cart, you sit down, you bring the lap bar up, and in this cart is this visor thing that magnetically snaps onto the thing. So
okay, interesting.
And you tap your bracelet to the steering wheel and it like activates it. And so when you put the visor on, it's AR. It's not like a VR headset, it's AR. So it's augmented reality. So you look down at your steering wheel and it shows you how many coins you have and how many shells you have.
Okay.
And it's also showing you like which direction to turn the wheel. And other effects, like there's a piranha plant that shoots a laser that isn't actually shooting a laser in the ride, but the glasses are making it seem like it is. And it's also bringing in the Nintendo characters. So like you're racing in Mario Kart, and it's kind of like a Mario Kart's greatest hits thing. It's taking you through some of the iconic Mario Kart tracks, and it's very slow ride, but you get the sense of speed because they have the Nintendo characters zipping past you in AR, and you can shoot them with the shells and stuff.
This is where you tap your band on the steering wheel, huh?
Yep. And that's where it's like registering the fact that you the coins that you're earning, because this counts towards the coins that you're earning out in the regular theme park too.
Oh, neat. Nice.
So when you ride this, you're earning the coins of the meta game that's going on in the park overall. Yeah, turn your head to look and aim. You look at a Goomba, you push the shell.
It looked like Paper Mario, which is kind of cool in this little ad.
And it's not. I mean, it's
3D.
It's new Super Mario Brothers style kind of stuff. Mario Kart. Right. So that's that. It's really fun. I loved this ride. And like when they finally get you on Rainbow Road, you're just like, yeah, let's go.
Oh man, so that you go through a few different of the courses then.
That's yeah. It's just like,
the greatest hits.
Traditional course, and like, Bowser's Castle, Rainbow Road, and all that kind of stuff. It was really super neat. A 2-hour wait's kind of insane, but again, at the end of the day, super worth it. To hear the music, because it is like, it's the ba ba da da ba 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 da. That's that Nintendo music everywhere you go. Like it, yeah,
nice.
And like even things that aren't in Super Nintendo World that are the Nintendo theme, because they have Nintendo themed stores outside of it, and when you go in there, they only play Mario music. It's like when you're experiencing the Nintendo stuff, it is full immersion, and they do not want to break that immersion.
Okay.
So there's that stuff. The ride was great. I had a ball. I won. in the cart because it's keeping track of everyone's coins, and at the end, it's showing you the little leaderboard of how many
Ah,
coins you earned during the race, and I won significantly.
nice.
I got 118 coins. It was great.
We wouldn't have
Yeah.
expected anything less of you.
I kicked the ass of a small child and his
As you should.
and their parents. So
I
yeah,
want to go so bad just for this. But so
yeah.
the rest of the experience, right? So
Oh
is
yeah.
how does it feel scale wise overall? Is it
It's very small.
the whole thing is small? Okay.
The whole thing is very small. It's in like a sort of a back unused corner of Universal Studios. Like
Okay.
it's I was gonna give size comparisons, but it would only mean something to anyone that ever like goes to the theme parks. Like it's smaller than the Harry Potter stuff at
Yeah.
Universal Hollywood.
Okay. Okay.
Um Bigger than the Simpsons stuff they got going on there right now.
Yeah. Okay.
Um
Okay.
yeah, but also but it's obviously significantly smaller than Galaxy's Edge at Disney or whatever, but
Yeah, that's huge. Yeah.
yeah. But yeah,
I mean, there are rumors they're going to be expanding it too, right? Because there's the Donkey
yeah,
Kong rumors and all the other stuff.
yeah, I don't know.
Who knows if that's when
At
that's going to happen?
Yeah, and at Hollywood, space is at a
Limited.
premium
Got
there,
it. Got
so
it.
I don't know how it would work, but also they could probably destroy like the ride that's right like next to the entrance is the Transformers 3D experience,
Eh,
which is
who
a
cares?
cool ride, but it's also incredibly outdated since it's
Sure.
the Michael Bay verse stuff, and they're starting to sort of slowly drift further away from what
Uh-huh.
that whole thing
Hmm.
was. And yeah, I don't know, I'll be interested to see what the future holds, because as it stands right now, like I've done it once and that's really all I need.
Yep.
I'll show some of the merch that I
Yeah,
got. I
let's do
show the
it. Let's
bracelet.
do it.
They have these blind boxes that are there that have
Cool.
candy tins in them. So it's a candy tin that gives you one of the random cups. So I got the mushroom cup little medallion
Nice.
tin. It's
That's
just that's
cool.
filled with little cherry candies. It's cute. I showed the bracelet. I got
Hmm.
a popcorn bucket.
Ooh.
They have a choice. You get Mario Kart or the Superstar. I went with
Oh, you gotta get
the
the
Power Star.
superstar
The
for
cool
sure.
thing about so you fill it up with popcorn. It's got a little door in the back, so you
Ah,
can get your
look
popcorn.
at
But
that.
the front of this pops off
Oh, wow, look at that.
because it has a button on the back, so it lights up.
Oh, that is
So it does
awesome.
that, or it also flashes,
That is cool. That is
and you
cool.
can turn
Yeah,
it
yeah.
off, and it
Way to
just
blind people, by the way. It's all
yeah. So you
wait,
can
let me
walk.
switch with you
Well,
here.
yeah. Let's. I'll just put it in like let's just go.
There we go.
Super Mario.
Nice.
I like the blinking one. It's a little more.
Yeah, that is cool.
Yeah, and so that's cool. It would have been really cool to see that at night, and it just twists back on. It's got a nice Super Nintendo World lanyard on it. So
That's cool. It's like a big
it's
old
pretty cool.
trough. Just walk around eating popcorn out of this
Yeah,
stupid
well, and that's
thing.
the thing.
That's sweet.
They give you a bag of popcorn to fill it with yourself,
Nice.
and by buying one, it also gives you one free refill. So they'll give you another
That's
bag of
cool.
popcorn to load
That's
it with,
cool.
but only on the day you bought it.
Uh-huh.
They also have beverages. They have 3 different sodas that you can get. They have Princess Peach soda, Mario strawberry soda, and Luigi green apple soda. And
Okay.
they're cream sodas. I got the Luigi one, and I don't have anything to show from that. It was in a cute plastic cup that I was like, I'm not going to keep this. And it comes with a green straw with Luigi's mustache on it. So when you're drinking it, it looks like you have Luigi's mustache. But it was green apple soda with cream, ice cream, and boba pearls on the bottom. And it was really good. It was an
That's
exciting
cool.
little.
Nice.
Yeah.
It feels like it. It feels like
Yeah.
it's Mario-ish or
Yeah.
Link's Awakening or
Yeah.
something.
And
Yeah.
you can also order to get those or any of the other beverages in a collectible sipper. That were shaped like a power mushroom, super
Grown
mushroom,
man
or one.
sippy cups, baby.
Yeah,
That's the way to do it.
yeah.
That's
They're
the
also
way to
not
do it.
cheap. This popcorn bucket
Yeah.
was $40.
Yeah.
But
I mean, at this point, if you're gonna go,
yeah,
you kind of have to just
you got
go
to kind of
all
commit to it,
you
like
gotta kind of
especially since
commit
this
to
is
the bit.
yeah. And also the one thing I was super super disappointed in is the fact that it's called Super Nintendo World, but it's only Mario. There
Yeah.
is no other representation. There wasn't
You
a
gotta think that well, there are Pikmin in the area, like hidden Pikmin in
yeah,
places, right? That's
but
about
like
it, right? That's
yeah,
really
but
it.
that's about it. But I mean, even in the merch, There's no
Yeah.
Zelda
Oh, yeah,
merch. There's
yeah.
no Animal Crossing merch. There's no Metroid.
I mean, I'm going to assume that they're going to be
If
expanding a lot
yeah,
of this stuff. And
you would
right now,
think.
everybody's Mario happy right
Yeah.
now with the
You
movie in it.
I was
So
gonna say, yeah, but you would think that with one of the biggest games of the year coming out, and you'd have something Zelda
yeah,
to celebrate it, but
yeah,
nope, nothing.
that's
I
fine.
did get so they have a series, they have all kinds of shirts that you'll never
Hmm,
find.
hmm.
Most of the stuff you'll find at other places. There's a
Okay,
lot of stuff that you find at other places or are very similar. But all of the t-shirts for the most part are unique to
sure.
Super Nintendo one. And they have one for like each of the cups, like the mushroom
Yeah,
cup, the flower cup. So I got the Star Cup shirt.
nice. That does look cool. I like
Yeah.
that.
It's got
That's
the
neat.
Universal logo on one sleeve. It's
Cool.
got and at the bottom it has the Mario Kart challenge
Yeah.
logo on there. And it's a bright yellow shirt, and everyone knows that yellow is my favorite color. And
Hmm.
the Star Cup is always the one with Rainbow Road in it. So I had to get Mario Kart is definitely what this land is like living and
Sure.
dying on.
Sure.
Most stuff there is Mario Kart themed. And I also got this sick Mario Kart hat.
That is pretty
Mario
dope.
Kart since
Yeah.
'92. It
Love
has
it. Oh
you
man, look at
can't really
that.
make it out because I got the blur on, but it's Bob-omb plugs
Hmm.
on it, and then the Super Nintendo World logo on the back, and another Mario Kart logo on that
That's
side
badass.
too.
That's
And
badass.
this hat rules. I love this hat. Oh, and I got this very cute one a much question mark block with Luigi pin that
Oh, there he is, dangling
yeah,
from there.
dangling. I can't really. I'm not gonna
You could, it's funny with all this the merch you bought, you could probably
yeah.
sell all that merch and pay off your trip.
Yeah, it's you're not too far from it, especially with some of the stuff.
A lot of people would
Yeah,
be definitely angling for that stuff.
yeah.
That is cool, dude.
It was fun. Yeah,
I
everything
mean, like
else
you
at
said,
Universal was fun.
about how long of a time were you at Super Nintendo World? Like how long
Um,
was that process?
no,
That
not
day?
at Super Nintendo World itself. I was
Yes.
there probably an hour altogether.
Okay.
You're not there that long, and that was just me
Unless
sort
you're
of
waiting for the
the
ride.
ride.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
that was just more me milling about because once
Sure.
you're off the ride and you can't go to the restaurant, there's not a whole lot else to do.
Okay.
It was just me sort of
It's
taking
pretty
in
sparse
everything,
right
interacting.
now.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
And but it's also super packed, so you're kind of shoulder to shoulder with a lot of people in there. Luckily, right now they used to have to get a reservation to go into the world. Didn't have to for this.
Okay.
So
That's cool.
I guess
It's
it
starting to
depends.
open up more, I'm guessing. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
but also summer is just around the corner. So it
True.
may
May
switch to
need to be
that
again.
at some point. Um, so Universal's a little more fluid with how they do things. Like with Disney, when you go there, the stuff that has a single rider line always has a single rider line.
Mhm,
Um, Universal, it's fluid. Things that have single rider
mhm.
line may not have it this time, but probably have it the next time or whatever. So yeah, it'll be fun.
That is awesome.
If you find yourself in the LA area, that
Mm.
you could probably if you're going to Disneyland, it's probably not the best trip you could do because again, it's so far away.
How far from
Um,
Disneyland is it?
it's an hour car
Oh,
ride.
okay. Okay. All right. All right. Yeah.
And I didn't rent a car, and you can take public transport, but then it's 3 hours either way.
Yeah. You don't want to do that. You don't want to
Yeah,
do that.
but if you take a ride share, it's depending on the time you go. It's
You're probably better off getting a hotel nearby one and then getting a hotel nearby the other one the next
Eh,
day.
yeah.
That's cool, dude.
But yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Also,
jealous.
a related video game
Yeah.
wise, when I was at Disneyland, I was able to get a piece of video game memorabilia at the
Ooh,
Disneyland,
what is it?
and
What
it
is
is
it?
it is a Cal Kestis's lightsaber.
Oh, there he is
Let's see.
from Star
Actually
Wars
I'm actually
Jedi.
going. I got
Yeah,
to figure out how to turn off this fucking.
blur.
Who cares? Who cares? I'm not doing it now.
No,
But
that's
yeah,
cool.
it's Cal Kestis's. It's from Fallen Order, so it has the destroyed hilt
Love
on
it.
the bottom.
Love it.
It's heavy duty. They also this weekend they had to celebrate Star Wars Day and just it's Star Wars month down there,
Mhm.
and the new game just came out. So they had a very expensive $400 deluxe Cal
Nice.
Kestis lightsaber
Oh,
from
sweet.
Survivor. So it's a double-edged
Ooh.
thing that was
The
like,
updated one, nice.
yeah, so it was for more. The thing about the Cal Kestis lightsaber is that because it's so modifiable in the game, like the canon one
Mhm,
is the most uninteresting design because it's just like everything else is just so customizable. You can make a crazy looking lightsaber in this
mhm.
thing. So like I like this one because you have to use this one at the beginning of the
Sure,
game each time,
sure.
and thematically it means something with the destroyed bottom and everything. So it's like it's and if you can buy two, it comes with a coupler so you can connect them together to have a staff.
Mhm,
I did not buy two.
awesome.
But yeah,
There you
that was
go.
just
There you go.
Disneyland is still as good as it's ever been.
Disneyland
So
is still, yeah, we were at Disney World, which we loved. Universal
yeah,
Studios, Florida. We go there because it's closer. Flights are closer. They're not that
yeah.
cheaper. Not that much cheaper, to be honest, or not that much more expensive to go to California. But it's
Yeah.
just the um,
Convenience, for me it's a 2.5 hour flight on a
yeah.
bad day, it's to go
That's
to
about the
Cal.
flight
Yeah.
from us to here in the Midwest to Florida. About two and a
Yeah.
half hours. So,
Yeah.
but that's awesome, dude. So yeah, there you go. Live ish, formerly
Yeah.
live ish. While the emotion was still in
The
you,
emotion was
you were
still in
able to
me
tell us
as I'm still
about your trip.
as I'm still crispy and pink from the
Yes, love it. I can kind of tell. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. Yeah, the
Well,
lights are low on purpose.
you will
To
have
get
a. I don't know if you have the day off. I know I have Friday off, and I'm planning on being indoors and being pale as as the big product drop. Of course, I'm talking PlayStation VR 2 will be hitting
Yeah,
stores
stores everywhere. You'll be able to go
everywhere.
to
Be sure that's the hot item,
Gran
man.
Turismo 7 VR. They got the girl that
People
played
they were not
Ellie.
thinking when they said let's do Zelda Day. I think that the thought is people will go in and they're gonna get Zelda regardless, but they're
Yeah.
gonna say, "Oh, there's the new PlayStation VR." Well, I'm already throwing money at games. I might
I
as
th
well.
but
That's
also
all I can think.
to well, and on the flip side,
Not a bad
even
idea,
if you don't
actually.
buy it, you are going to go to the store to buy Zelda, and you're gonna look, and it's like, "Oh, you can get it at the store now. I have to remember that." And
Exactly.
then,
So it actually does kind of
yeah,
pay. Yeah. At
yeah,
first, I thought, man, who
even
is a bonehead? But then I thought
yeah,
it's actually it's free advertising, and you don't
yeah.
have to put it on an end cap or anything like that. It's
Yeah,
just
you're
here's
gonna
the
walk into Target and see
yep.
it, and I got the I did the Amazon collector's edition pre-order, and it says
Nice.
arriving Monday, and I said I cannot allow this, so I'm like I am going to end up getting the digital version of this, and
Yeah, I have the collector's edition. It's a pickup from my
yeah.
local Best Buy. So,
But who knows?
uh,
Anything can change
yeah.
between Amazon is really funny with that. Like they'll ship it tomorrow, and it'll arrive at my doorstep
Oh
that
yeah,
week.
for sure. Amazon,
Yeah,
yeah, for
especially
sure.
especially since I'm in the greater Seattle area, so.
That collector's edition, when that goes up, that's gonna be hot commodity. I have my Breath of the Wild collector's edition, and that thing made a
I
you can turn a pretty coin about that.
Yeah, I still use the case that came with the collector's
Oh, so
edition.
do I. I totally use the case. It's
Yeah, that
great.
case
It's
that case is
awesome.
fucking cool.
That case fucking rules.
Yeah.
It fucking rule. It's the perfect case. What's that brown? Do I have it right here?
Yeah,
I don't. But it's the brown case with
with
the textured
yeah,
rubber, and it has
it has
space
this
for
yeah,
like 10 or 16
yeah,
cards or something
yeah,
crazy. 12
yeah,
carts. You got pockets.
yeah,
You can hold your Switch in there with the
yeah.
straps, and you could
It's got
put like cords
it
and shit. It's amazing.
it's got the
It's
Velcro
amazing.
strap to hold it in place
Yes. Oh, it's
and the
awesome.
flap to protect the screen
Yep.
from the cards that are in it's like it's a great case.
Yep. Oh, speaking vamp for 1 second, I'm gonna grab something.
So I got to
Oh,
meet
never mind. I had it
Spider-Man
right
at
here.
oh,
Huh.
okay.
I had it right here.
Oh yeah, you got the
I
OLED.
upgraded to the OLED, baby, which is cool. Although I will say the speaker on the bottom here. So this is my design review. I'm actually doing a video about this. I got to put together. There's the speaker underneath. By the way, super loud. Nintendo did a good job in getting these speakers done correctly because it's
They
way
are
louder.
loud, yeah.
They are way louder than. So this is the OLED, which uh everything else, form factor, everything is the same as all the other OLEDs. It just has the Zelda colors and stuff, and it has the really nice texture for like you can see the circles on there and this. Look
Yeah,
at that.
I like that.
Show and tell time. Let me switch over.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
you can
go
switch it.
here.
Yeah, you can show and tell for you
Yeah.
now. I showed off my bullshit.
So yeah, you can see the circles on there. It's actually a really nice texture. Like I find myself like just being able to grip it a little bit easier. So that's actually really cool. But yeah, the speakers are great. However, I will say because they're using a sort of a mesh
Yeah,
above, uh, above the holes there, the mesh came dented already, and it dents very easily because you can push your finger on there and you can actually dent it with your fingernail. So
Yeah.
word to the wise, try not to get anything in this area. That's a little bit of a bummer that mesh can get damaged.
I will say
it's
this
cool.
about the OLED. The OLED screen is
Oh, God.
gorgeous. Nobody
It's
can deny that. But do you know what my favorite part of the OLED is?
Hmm.
The kickstand.
This is awesome.
The full size. Do you know how I actually play
so
it?
cool. It's perfect. Yeah.
I actually play it with the kickstand up in my hand, and I
Now,
can rest. I can
it's
rest
actually
my
kind of
pinkies
cool. Yeah.
underneath it, so it can like
There
like
you go. You
that.
can do that. I can
Yeah,
like this.
I don't know
It's a good
why
idea.
I don't know why I like playing it like that, but it's like giving you an extra grip or something. I don't know. It's just
I
emotional.
never really. Once in a while would I put the actual switch, my older switch, on the
Yeah.
kickstand, because the leg.
Was
I mean, it
useless.
worked. It was just
You-
so narrow. When
it
it
was
first
so
came
na-
out, everyone's
and you
like, "Oh, what a cool
yeah,
idea!"
and you
This
only
is
had
so
one
simple.
viewing angle for
Yeah, you
it.
only have
Like
one
this
viewing
one,
angle.
this one goes
So
like
awesome.
way crazy. That one goes almost. You can almost like.
So it's funny because I have the old Switch, or sorry, the Switch Lite, because the old
Yeah.
Switch is gone. Switch Lite, and which doesn't have an OLED screen, has LCD screen.
Yeah.
And I have the Steam Deck, which has the LCD screen.
Yeah.
And it's amazing to me that the difference of being OLED and this size is I cannot see myself going back to just an LCD screen, because this is so fucking perfect from that standpoint.
I ended
Awesome.
up selling my light. I wasn't gonna get rid of my light because I kind of like it's a nice. It does the job.
It does great.
But like after you play on the OLED a lot, you're like, oh man, this makes my game this makes my stuff look like hot garbage now by comparison. And I just can't like.
The nice thing about the light is that I can log in on my daughter's light, and if it's a cart-based game, I can log in and continue playing because the save data is there. If it's a digital game, because that's not the number one Switch. This is number one Switch. It's not authorized. I can't play the digital game, which fucking sucks. So whatever. Anyways, the SWOLED is really cool. If you don't have a Switch, definitely get that one. If you don't have a Switch yet, just get a Switch. And by the way, you can walk into stores. They have the Zelda version available in stores right now.
Because there was nothing like super like it's not like it came with the game or anything.
Nintendo is very smart right now, and they're trying to get sales. I think the news broke, quick little news bite. In the UK, they Switch sales surged just because the last 2 days that the SWOLED Zelda version was available. Like, people went to the stores and bought that version. So if we know about anything with Nintendo and these commemorative consoles, is that they will go up in value over time. So look at the 3DS and 2DS.
But also with the Switch, they've been also reissuing them. So
that's true. Yeah, so you can go back and get the awesome Splatoon one or that Pokemon
Animal Crossing one.
The
Animal Crossing one was the big one. Everyone wanted that one. It sold out, and they reissued it later on too. And so like
that's cool.
Yeah.
Well, with that, we're going to be ending the show.
45 minutes. Look at that.
Because Taylor wasn't here. If Taylor was here, we would have just gone off. No,
I didn't even talk about Jedi Survivor. I'll save that.
Yeah, save that for the next time. Save it for next time. We are going to polish off the show right now. I'm going to go to AEW tonight, so I'm pretty excited about that. And I'm going to be hitting the road here shortly because of traffic, as you can see. But JJ, thank you very much for telling us about your awesomeness. Mia and the Dragon Princess, Super Nintendo World, and showing us some of the cool stuff that you picked up. Thank you, everybody, for joining us, watching us. I know it's kind of middle of the day. Usually we do 9 o'clock, but hey, we're going to be competing against the Nintendo Zelda live stream tomorrow. So we figured, we don't want to do that on a Thursday because nobody's head is going to be with us. They'll be watching that,
including our own. We'll be
watching that. Yeah. With that said, you can find us sidequesting.com, SideQuesting TV on Twitch and YouTube. You can go to our Discord. Go to sidequesting.com, click on this or any podcast or at the description of this video, and just go to the Discord because it's an awesome group of folks and we have a lot of fun in there. Maybe we'll start doing some more giveaways and things like that, because we do get a lot of codes and that's always fun. With that said, we'll see you in the next episode of The Side Quest. See you in Hyrule. Thank you.